think most of the burnout fires that the guys have is, obviously built up rubber and stuff like that. I suppose if you've got open guards and whatever else on the car, it tends to evacuate that unburnt methanol and rubber and oil from the tyres.
Well, fire is a big problem. It's been a problem for a while. We've started to eliminate the fire by running a full system, no flanges in the exhaust, keeping one solid pipe the whole way back. Trying to get the tune closer, because the closer the tune, the better it is.
Hi, I'm Dave Cafone. I got the One Fat Rat. I'm running injected alcohol and haven't had fires yet, touch wood. I believe the fires are caused due to a fat tune. It could be the exhaust shooting to the tyres, hitting the limiter, throwing fuel on the tyres and catching fire that way.
Tune-ups, it's all about the tune-up half the time. If they're too fat, obviously you're gonna catch fire. Yeah, fuel collecting in the mufflers and just in the exhaust and just under the car as well.
Last year we had a bad run. We had a big fire. It ruined our weekend, but got a lot of photos, but we're not into that stuff. It's not what I go out for. We had a full exhaust system at that point, and driving over these high gutters at Summernats, it broke an exhaust flange, which pretty much put raw methanol right onto the diff housing. And the car was on fire. I didn't really make any smoke, it was on fire the whole time.
Well, if I knew the exact answer to why they catch on fire, we'd never have a fire again, because it's cost quite a few customers. Someone has wins just from having fires. But it's a combination of obviously a lot of raw fuel in the exhaust, getting on and off the throttle. You combine that with the rev limiter and the pop of that. And also cars that are geared fairly tall, making a lot of smoke, are going to have massive tyre speed and heat generated from that, combined with those other couple of things, is why they go up.
Well, it all actually comes down to the tune, and everyone says it's the mufflers and the direction of it, and they make them like 10 feet out the back of the car, So we actually don't have exhaust, we have it straight out the extractors. So we know, because we're on top of our tune. George Saporovich from Blow On Motorsports, he tuned it from Perth, and he's spot on with his tune.
I know Summernats, I reckon if we give them a bit more breathing room under the barriers, so methanol fumes and tyre rubber and whatever can get out, I reckon that's a big factor. A lot of blokes, it's tune-ups. I believe they're running a bit fat, so the car too fat, obviously pumping out basically raw fuel. But yeah, tyre speeds, I know Steve Loader, like obviously he's had quite a few dramas and he's researched it like you would not believe. And you find like rubber particles, when it becomes like a dust, it's very flammable.
I haven't had too many problems with fires. I believe that's down to using pump gas. Also, I don't run a full exhaust, so I believe the exhaust system has a lot to do with it. Also, pad conditions as well. If you're out there skidding and you're on a dirty pad, you've got a lot of rubber, you've got a lot of oil, you've got a lot of coolant, a lot of fluids. That's going to contribute. It's going to get flicked up underneath the back of the car. As soon as you hit the limiter, you're going to spit raw fuel out, and it's just a recipe for a fire.
Why do cars catch on fire? Mostly probably because of the tune-up they got in the engine, and maybe the exhaust not going all the way out to the back. Sort of had one fire in my life where I had dumpers on it, and had a bit of a fire, but since I got the exhaust all the way at the back.
I think the big thing for cars catching on fire can be easy things like oil leaks in engine bays, fuel leaks, bits and pieces like that. Obviously there's no airflow getting around a car when you're doing a lot of these manoeuvres and stuff like that, so airflow is a big thing, and then obviously that counts for engine-based stuff, but then on the rear you've got tyres doing 300 odd kilometres an hour, hot exhaust, raw fuel spitting out of the exhaust pipes, and it only takes one little bit and up she goes. Doesn't take much of an ignition source.